come and sit on his lap behind the counter so she could sort the pennies into piles of 10. She isn't the same young woman who only a year ago set out to travel the world to become the best version of herself. The truth is, none of them know her as well as they thought, and that's enough to break his heart. A shout rips through the general cacophony of human noise, the crack of twigs and clap of warming hands. "Hey!" Paul pauses. Since they began half an hour ago, Rebecca's friend Joshua has not been far away, marching purposefully along the water's edge, but he's not there now. Paul swivels in his tracks and notices Joshua's dark head as he bends low over the water. A shiver of fear turns his bowels to water. He breaks into a run. A couple of others have noticed too, from where they are, spread through the tree line, and Paul hears what might be the thunder of feet coming to join them, or might just be the thunder of his heart. He feels sick. Janie's brother, John, skids into him as they both reach Joshua's side together. He's panting, his speckled forehead slicked with sweat. "No," he says. "Oh, God." Joshua shifts out of the way and Paul sees he's holding a long stick, crooked at the end, and he's been using it to prod at something in the water. "What is it? Please," comes a breathless plea. Lucy is behind him now, her hands clasped in front of her in a kind of prayer. Her blonde hair is swept back in its usual chignon, but strands have escaped and she looks wild as Paul feels. "It's not..." Joshua's voice trembles. But... He's still holding the stick. At its crooked end is something dark, soaked with the water of the loch. Paul peers closer. It's a piece of clothing, something thick and heavy, embroidered with flowers. He recognises it. It's the proof, then. He was right. It's hers, he says. Saturday.
Eleanor. Loch House is waiting for us. We approach it from the road, a single dirt track, mud clumping to our already filthy shoes, and it appears between the trees like a mirage. A warm, dry, gorgeous mirage. From the booking information, I'd been expecting something smaller, a cabin overlooking the lake, but this is something else entirely. It's huge, grand in a way that makes even the trees around it seem small. At the front, there is a peaked roof above a covered square porch, tendrils of ivy snaking up past the wide windows and crawling along silver stone. Michaela lets out a whooping sound triumphant, and I can't help the grin that sneaks across my face as Clio shakes her head. "See?" Michaela crows, doing a little dance that makes her rucksack bounce awkwardly on her back. "I told you it wasn't far down this road, didn't I tell you?" Clio rolls her eyes, smiling good-naturedly. "Yes," she says. "You told us. I still would have preferred to drive the whole way, though. My feet are soaking." "We have been in the car for hours. Excuse me for wanting to stretch my legs. And hey, at least I'm not making you camp in this hideous weather anymore." Michaela sticks out her tongue childishly. I gaze up at the clouds, which are still dark and swollen with rain. "We still would be if Elle hadn't managed to get us a refund on the pitch deposit," Clio points out. "Oh, hey," I say, fighting a laugh. "Don't drag me into this." Michaela always uses me to prove her points, even though it winds Clio up. She has done ever since the first week we met. Freshers at uni thrust together to live in the same small, dark flat. "You've been thoroughly dragged already," Clio says to me. "Through a hedge by the looks of things." She reaches up to tidy my damp hair, which has become windswept on the short walk from the car. The booking instructions weren't very clear, and the road looked so narrow from the car that we decided to park about half a mile away.